Hello everyone, today we will learn how to create Zendesk tickets from new Typeform entries. Now suppose that you fill up a form to raise a query about or a problem, and Zendesk is a CRM application where you can raise a ticket for that. But every time you fill up a form, it's not necessary that in Zendesk a ticket is raised for your problem. It cannot take place automatically because both of these applications do not have a direct connection between them. But what if I tell you we can automate this process of creating a ticket from a form submission with the help of Pabbly Connect? We will learn to create an integration where our trigger will be a new form submitted in our Typeform application and our action will be to create a ticket in our Zendesk application. Let us learn how to do it. So in this video, let us learn how to create an automation where you can create a Zendesk ticket by any form submission in your Typeform, which is a form builder application. Here you can see this is my Typeform and I have created several forms over here. I'm going to use this form whose name is requests, and then I've opened this form over here. When I will be connecting my Typeform and Pabbly, then I will be filling up this form and then we will take the information whatever is filled in the form to generate a ticket in our Zendesk. Okay, so we will be doing this with the help of Pabbly. This is the landing page of Pabbly, and on the right hand side you can see there are two options available for you: sign up for free and sign in. If you don't have an existing account, you have to click on sign up for free, but I'm having one, so I will click on sign in, which will take me to this page where I can see the applications provided by Pabbly. Today we are going to connect two applications, Typeform and Zendesk, so we will be using Pabbly Connect for that purpose. Click on access now and then you will be forwarded to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Reaching here, you can see a big blue button on the right hand side which is written create workflow. Click on the button and give a suitable name to your workflow. I will name it as create Zendesk tickets from Typeform submission. Click on create and then a blank workflow will be created for you. In this workflow you can see there are two boxes. One has trigger written over it and the other has action. Now what is this trigger and action about? Trigger is when this happens, which means that whenever this event takes place in your chosen application over here, then action will be performed, whichever action will be chosen here in your action application. For today's workflow, our trigger application is Typeform because the Zendesk ticket will be created only with the information that we will be receiving from our Typeform submission. So we will choose our application at Typeform and the trigger event is going to be new entry, which means every time there is a new entry in this form that we have created, there will be a trigger and then that application or that information will be forwarded to Zendesk. So click on create, click on add new connection, connect with Typeform and then just give access to your account by clicking on accept. And the connection will be established, and see here the form name is already here. If you want to use any other form like the pipe drive deals, my form, special request or anything, you can click on the drop down menu and you will have all the options that are available in your Typeform account. But as we are going to use request form only, so we will be choosing that and then click on save and send test request. But remember, when you click on this button, you have to fill up this form only after you click on save and send test request, because when you click on this button, you will go there and it will start capturing or waiting for response to be captured. So see, when you will click on it, it will start waiting. It's waiting for response. So let us go and fill up this form. So let us suppose that you are filling up this form for some kind of a problem or some kind of query that you want to share and you want it to get resolved. Like you are having internet issues with some broadband connection. So just enter your name. Then you have to describe your request over here. My broadband connection is not working nicely, and then you can enter the broadband connection number as well. So my line number is okay, and full stop. So this is your query. You have to enter your email address over here. So I will just enter it. And then your zip code, so that whosoever person should reach to your place to look for the problem, whatever problem is there in your broadband connection. So you can enter your zip code and click on submit. So you have submitted this form. Now you go back to Pabbly Connect and see the response is here. First of all, the name of the form is here. Then zip code, email address, describe your request, all the questions and the name. Okay. So then we have all the responses over here. This is the zip code. This is the email address. You can drag it to see the whole request. This is the one we raised a query about and the name of the person, which means that we have received complete response from the Typeform entry. Okay, now we will move forward to our Zendesk. So our action application will be Zendesk and the action event is going to be create a ticket. Now ticket is usually associated with some query. When a ticket is raised, which means that people whosoever are associated with that issue will look after it as soon as possible. So click on connect, add new connection, and then you have to enter the username and your password. So I will be entering my username right here. This is my username and I will enter the password as well. This is the password. Now I have to enter the subdomain. This is something that is important for you to understand that what is a subdomain. So the subdomain of your Zendesk will be different from what is mine. So when we go back to our Zendesk account, you can see over here, everything that is after the slash and then everything which comes before the dot is your subdomain, which is more, we can say, like an identity of your URL, and paste it over here. For your example or your understanding, it's given over here also, like Pabbly help is the subdomain from this URL. So everything that comes after this slash and before this dot is your subdomain. So we have entered the same. Now click on save and then your accounts will be connected soon. See, now the same button which said connect, now it's connected. So now our Zendesk and Pabbly Connect are connected. Now we have to enter the details which are basically required to create a ticket generally in our Zendesk account. See, when you go back to Zendesk and on this button you go add and then you add a ticket. If you choose you want to add a ticket, then they will ask you certain details over here. How can you create a ticket? In the same way, you have to create a ticket here. So every time you don't have to fill in the details again and again. You get an entry or a submission from your Typeform entry and then that details will be automatically filled in these fields. You don't have to do that manually every time. But how are they going to be filled in exact and correct destinations? That will happen with the help of mapping. We will learn what is mapping. Mapping is actually creating a pathway or creating a road between both these applications. Okay, both these steps are over here. This is our trigger application and this is our action application. So we are fetching the information from the trigger application and then we are transferring it further to our action application. But it will be helpful for us how when you click on this empty field, it asks you to insert data from the previous step. And how are you going to put it from the previous step? By clicking on this drop down menu. When you click on this button, it will give you the whole list of response that you needed. So like the subject is request, or then the assignee who is assigning the task. So it will be the name of the person who is using the Zendesk account. Now the requester's name, requester's email. See, first of all, there are a number of fields. In different applications, you will find different types of fields also. Some are here, some are not here. But make sure that you fill the required ones, that is a must. And the others which are not required can be filled based on your necessity of your task. If you don't need it, don't fill it. But if it is required, then that is a necessity to be filled. Then you click on this requester name, who is requesting this. Like this was the name, so you can choose the name from here. Then requester's email address. So we will enter the email address like this. Now what is the description? What is their issue? So you can just scroll down and find the issue. It was somewhere here only. My broadband connection. This is the whole issue that you want to describe. And then anything else, the status is new, pending, open. So you can just write open. Is there any due date? There is no due date given to it. Priority, you can set it yourself, high or urgent. Okay, and anything else? So we also entered the zip code over here. So we can add it inside the description only. But for that, remember, you have to put a opposite slash and then N. By this, you are actually, whatever you're going to write after N will come under in the next line. Okay, so write pin code, colon, and give a space and then map the pin code from here only. Okay, you can map it. So every time a new person enters or fills the form,
his query will be here, and then under that it will be written as pin code colon and then the pin code of that specific person. Is any required field left anymore? No. So you just click on save and send test request and see the response is here. Whenever a response is received, first of all, you can just look for any error over here. Is there any error? No, there is no error, which means that our workflow has worked successfully till now. So we'll come down to click on save so that our work is saved till here. Then we'll go back to Zendesk, refresh it. And then when you see a new ticket has been created, request is the name, it's open, the requester, when it is less than a minute ago, the problem, the priority, and if you open it up, clicking on it, you will see the description over here. Okay, so if you want to reply to that, and then they will show the email address of the person as well. So you can reply to that person by typing over here. So which means that our workflow went successfully well. Let us do a quick recap of what we did in this workflow. Our trigger application was Typeform. We created a form already. We filled the form and then received the entry as a response over here. Chose the correct form so that you don't worry about the response. Then you further transferred the information to your Zendesk, that is your action application, connected the account using the username, password and the subdomain of your Zendesk account. Then you mapped the correct details in the correct fields and then clicked on save and send test request. Again, a response was received without any error and a new ticket was created. So this was the whole workflow. I hope this helped.
Not just these applications, but you can integrate many other applications using Pabbly Connect. If you have any issue regarding Pabbly, you can email us at support@pabbly.com. You can ask your queries at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any doubts regarding our pricing, then you can connect us through this given website. If you found this video helpful in any way, then make sure to share this with your friends and colleagues to make their life easier by creating automations. We will meet in the next video. Till then, do not forget to like our video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.